Coach Jacobson, we were talking today about this game being a complete game for you.
Yeah, we needed one of these. Deion Mitchell obviously had a very good basketball game. I know we talked about that earlier this morning. That for our team to get to where we want to be, to get as good as we maybe can be, Deion's got to be a big part of that. And I think we saw that early in the basketball game with the transition offense and the things he can create for our basketball team.
Jake, you said earlier today to us we need to rebound better, play defense harder, and have something good happen to us.
Right, and
I think you got all three.
Yeah, today we may have gotten all three of those done, and rebounding's been an area for us that we've talked about a lot, we've worked on a lot, and we've got to continue to get better in that area. Today it was good. Defensively, it felt like we were doing a better job today than maybe what we've done for extended stretches of play, and then on offense, Deion helped it, but we had a lot of guys step up and make shots, and we've got a lot of guys capable of making threes, and today we made a lot of them, and that might have been that good thing for us.
And out of the offense, you were able to be very patient in the first half and get the really good shot. In the second half, it took a little bit before you got back into that rhythm, but you did.
It did, and part of that was Bradley did a good job of coming out and making baskets. They scored a bunch that first 7-8 minutes of the second half. So now your transition opportunities are taken away because you're not able to rebound and miss and then attack. So our defense wasn't quite as good, and give them credit for coming out and they made a bunch of shots to start that second half and got it to a point where if they make a couple more and we miss a couple more, it's 10 or 12 points. So they did a nice job to start the second half.
Coach Jake, you talked about threes being an important part of your offense. 40% of your shots are threes, and today you make them. You said you can put a lineup out there, literally all 5 are three-point threats.
Yeah, and that starting lineup, Seth Tuttle has started to shoot the ball a little bit more, and Seth has made a few threes in the last couple basketball games, and I think what you guys mentioned, the patience that we had, and being able to see the floor and make those kind of passes where Mark spots up and comes out of the post, those are ones that we haven't always made, where that ball gets inside the defense and there's traffic in there, and we're able to get it out to a three-point shooter, and our guys on the three-point line benefited quite a bit from being able to see that part of their defense.
I thought one time Seth Tuttle down here backed his guy down, very slow, under control, and waited to see if a double team came, and when it did, just zipped it to the corner for great looks.
Yeah, and I think we had somebody pinned in on that side, and Mark Sana was in the corner and able to knock in another three. But that kind of patience, Seth is still learning that part of the game, and to be able to wait and wait and wait to see where that double team is coming from, that's an important part of Seth, continuing to develop.
You just look at the final stats: 57, 57, and 75. I mean, if you shoot like that, you're going to give people a lot of trouble.
Yeah, anytime a team makes as many threes as we did today, they're going to look good and you're going to have success. Now, we haven't had many like this, and I do feel like we've got a number of guys that can really shoot the basketball, and maybe waiting for a night like this when we have a bunch of those guys making threes and taking advantage of their opportunities. Again, I thought a lot of it was the unselfish play of the ball being inside the defense first, and then being able to see that and find the right guy. But those guys still have to step up and make them. Today we had a lot of guys make threes.
Maybe just talk for a quick second on Jake Cook, his career. But you look today, 11-11, 4 assists. He gets a block. He gets a steal. I mean, he just puts stats everywhere.
He does. He does some of everything. He had a bad start to the second half. That first 3 minutes, he turned it over twice. He passed up on a three, which then led to a turnover. That stretch, the game ends, and I'm thinking about that stretch when you look at the stat sheet or you go back and watch the film. You see how much Jake does every night. He touches all those categories and does such a good job defensively of reading situations. And then he creates a lot of shots for his teammates. So a lot of what he does doesn't get noticed.
Well, Ben, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations on your win today, and really a complete game effort for your players.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys.